Hi friends, I'm standing out here on this beautiful Wednesday morning in front of the church at Mount O, and I'm really excited about the Sunday evening worship service that we're going to have here outdoor in the parking lot at the church here. And so I just want to take a couple minutes and go over some of the precautions that we're going to take to keep everybody safe and socially distanced, as well as what you can expect when you arrive here on Sunday evening.
Now, the first thing that we ask is that you turn onto Birch Drive, which is just west of the main church entrance. And this will allow you to access the rear of the church parking lot, which will create a better flow for our worship gathering together. We ask you to arrive between 6:30 and 6:50 p.m., which will give you enough time to gather your belongings, find your square, and be ready to worship beginning promptly at 7 p.m. When you enter into the parking lot on the rear of the church, you'll be greeted by two of our fabulous greeters, Mark and Mary Templeman, who will point you in the right direction in terms of where to go to find your square. We also ask that you park on the south end of the parking lot.
So now when you park your car, you want to make sure that you have a few things in the back of your car. The first thing that you want to have is chairs and or a blanket, probably both. But you definitely want to have chairs for you and the members of your household who would want to sit comfortably here for the service. The second thing that you're going to need to bring and to make sure you have in the back of your car here are your masks. So each person is supposed to bring a mask, and to wear your mask as you go in and out of your square. So when you leave your square, put your mask on, and on your way into your square, put your mask on. And then when we sing, you can take your mask off. Each square will be 10 feet apart, and we're going to be outdoors, and so we're minimizing the risk as much as possible. You also might want to bring a water bottle if you are thirsty, and you may even want to bring an umbrella if it is particularly sunny or too sunny for you to enjoy at 7 p.m. You don't see any squares yet because we haven't put them out yet, but they will be up here kind of where these cones are, and then also onto the grass. You'll come up and you'll just find your way to your square, set up your items. Now when you find your square in this general area behind me, you and your household members will locate yourselves within that square, and you'll find a couple of things in there. The first thing that you'll find is a piece of paper with a QR code. You can scan that QR code with your phone or your digital device, and it will pull up the worship order and the sets and the lyrics to the songs on that through that QR code, and so that you can follow along, singing along in worship in a very easy way. The second thing that you'll see in your square, if you have children with you, is an activity bag for kids. And this is a wonderful thing that Jen has put together, which allows the kids to be able to stay engaged in a very tactile way and to enjoy their time sitting in the square during worship as they are immersed in the sound of the family of God in worship together. Now, of course, we're not going to have the building open because we don't want to congregate and increase our risk of infection by hanging out inside the building, the atrium area. But if you have to use the restroom, we can make that happen. Ushers will be able to escort you and let you into the building, and we'll ask that you use the restroom out in front of the fellowship hall, which otherwise known as the gym. And you can use the restroom there and then come right back out if you need to do that. Following the benediction of the worship service, when it has concluded, the ushers are going to dismiss households by square. And so when you are dismissed, we ask that you put your mask on as you leave your square, make your way to your car, and then on your way out, you're going to exit the property from the main entrance and exit here onto 39th. So we just ask that you take the precautions, that you abide by the precautions that we're setting forth, the guidelines, in order to keep everybody safe. Again, we are committed to loving one another and loving our neighbor, and this is one way in which we do that together. So we ask that you stay within your squares and that you keep your mask on when you leave your squares. And we just hope and pray that this will be a wonderfully enriching experience that draws you closer to God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.